Good morning. This is Joey Kibble, Vitaminutes. Today was a big victory. 18 miles. Never done 18 miles before. That's surpassing my last all-time record of 16. But here's why this was such a big victory. A couple of things. One, because of nutrition and blood sugar. And number two, because I had to change the way I did something. I prefer, because it's such a challenge, I prefer to just take half of it, distance I need to run, go out half, come back half. That way I don't have the chance to talk myself out of finishing, but it's best to do loops. I don't like to do loops because every time you come around, it reminds you how many more times you got to go around. I'd rather just go out and come back. The advantage of that is I'll finish it because if I go out, I have to come back or I don't come home. The disadvantage is you have to map out where you're going to put your water and your hydration all along the way. One thing that has killed my run every single time is that I don't drink enough water. I take what's in my hand and try to stretch it out over the long haul. That has ceased to work. In fact, it stopped working once I got to 7-8 miles. Every time after that I would crash. Whether I'm in practice or whether I'm in a race, I would crash after that. And once you crash, you can't recover. You can't get yourself back up to finish it. You just have to walk through. But doing loops affords you the opportunity to be able to come back to the same place and refill your bottle or refill your nutrition. And that was key today in me finishing. So I did a 1 mile loop around Centennial Park, 18 times around. Psychologically, it's crazy. But I got to get past that because I need to do something different to reach the goal of 18 miles. But go back to the first one, my blood sugar. One of the greatest challenges that I've had in doing long runs is that I have to regulate my blood sugar. Once your blood sugar drops, it's hard to bring your blood sugar back up to finish a run or finish the race. It's something that you have to keep doing. You have to keep your blood sugar regulated from the time you start to the time you finish. And so the challenge was to fill up each bottle that I was going to use with the correct amount of nutrition, the correct amount of electrolytes, and enough water. But doing loops affords me the opportunity to reset myself every time I come back around for another bottle. And I had to keep replenishing it. And in this instance, that paid off. The great victory was I kept my blood sugar regulated for 18 miles. And even in that little third sector of 6 miles, I started playing with a little heavier concentration of nutrition and got a little bit more energy. That'll give me huge keys to this race and how to figure out how to do that. But that's why it was such a big victory today. I did not feel like it. A couple of days leading up to this, my soul was just dreading it. But apparently that has nothing to do with whether you're going to finish or not, unless you let it get in the way. Two big victories, and I'm so thankful right now. So I took some time and just walked around after I finished to get some of the lactic acid out of my bloodstream, then took time to stretch, and then I took time to do the Myrtle routine, which opens up your hip again after this is done, stretches out loosens up your muscles. huge victory. That hydration is key. That nutrition is key. Keeping my blood sugar is key. And here's how it impacts my personal life. I've never exercised more than I'm exercising now. I've never trained harder than I'm training right now, not even in my 20s. I've never done 18 miles. I've never done over 100 miles biking. So me not losing weight has nothing to do with exercise for me. It has everything to do with what I choose to eat that regulates my blood sugar or throws it out of whack. If I can handle that now from this training, transfer it from this training to my personal life, then I can lose the weight that I need to lose. Exercise is definitely a part of it. But for me, exercise was not the key. It's what I choose to eat, how healthy that food is, how whole that food is, and how much processed sugar that food has. And that has been my downfall. But see, that's why training for this race is going to benefit my personal life, because we're about to transfer that to my eating habits, and we're going to lose the weight that I need to lose. Have a great day. Wonderful day. Joel Kibble, Vitaminutes. Hey, Joel Kibble of Vitaminutes. Do you like Vitaminutes? Do they do something for you? Then hit that button underneath, subscribe, and you can follow me on social media, on my website, and you can also get information for my book, Out of the Desert Flow Rivers, written by myself, Joel Kibble. Have a great day.